This week, a war of words for the hotel inspector.
I do resist change.
Pissing in the wind, I think it's called. Are you going to listen to me? I listen to you.
Stop!
I don't really know what he wants from me.
It is a load of lies.
Can I just tell you one thing? Here and now, you're going to go bust.
This is Beech House, a 15-bedroom hotel just outside the centre of Reading. It's owned and run by Michael Bissell, a divorced businessman. Michael was a war baby and grew up in care, eventually settling in Reading as a child. 4 years ago, after 5 decades of business success, Michael decided to try one last venture before retiring. He invested over £500,000 of his own savings, converting a former care home into a hotel. But the guests he hoped to attract failed to materialise.
I suppose I opened the doors thinking people would just see Beech House Hotel and they would come in automatically. But sadly that didn't happen.
With no guests and massive overheads, Michael was forced to cash in his pension, but the hotel continued to hemorrhage money.
So in the first year we lost 190,000. Second we lost 120,000. I'm now 66, so all my money is gone. And by the end of the next financial year, I'm not too sure where I'll be.
Michael's savings have run dry, but the hotel continues to cost him a fortune.
I think now it's got to the stage where I can't go on any further.
Despite running out of money and ideas, Michael's determined not to give up. He's pinning all his hopes on one person, prominent hotelier Ruth Watson.
I don't want to see it to fail. I don't like failures. It's not in my book.
Well, this is a very handsome building. It's got a good architectural quality to it. The thing I'm really noticing is there's no rating outside. If I was a passing visitor, I'd want to know that this was accredited.
In a town overflowing with hotels, the lack of any stars immediately puts Beech House at a disadvantage. A rating from a tourism authority such as Visit Britain would indicate quality to potential guests.
Hello, you're Michael?
Michael Bissell, how do you do?
Hello, I'm Ruth.
Ruth is keen to get down to business straight away. She's anxious to find out why the hotel is sitting empty when it seems to have so much going for it.
Michael, what's going wrong?
We're not getting enough people through the door.
And what sort of rating do you have from Visit Britain for here? Do you have stars?
No.
No?
And at the end of the day, I don't look at stars to see whether the hotel is good.
So you're saying that when you're a customer looking for a hotel in Cornwall or Paris or whatever, you would not look at the rating at all? Okay.
At all, no.
Can I just say, Michael, you're quite unusual in that respect, because people do
Well, I
look
don't
at
think
ratings.
I am, because I judge it on what it is, not the stars outside on the door.
Yeah.
Next for discussion, the pricing structure. Michael has a one-price-fits-all policy, charging the same for his rooms every day of the week throughout the year.
So where do you think it's going wrong?
I don't think it's because of the fee that I'm charging.
Why do you not think that?
Well, because of what I'm offering and what people say when they come here.
This is the whole point. Once they're here, I have no doubts that they love it. I have no doubts that it's good value. The point is you've got to get them here. Believe me, the British people are very, very price sensitive, and I just think we need to look at that element of it.
Because he doesn't lower his prices during quiet periods, Michael could be putting potential customers off and losing money he can ill afford.
Presumably you don't have a bottomless pit of cash.
You're right, I'm at the bottom of the pit. I've spent every penny I've got now. All my pensions I've withdrawn, so.
Have we got a sort of month or a year when it's just literally going to run out and there's not going to be enough money to pay the essential bills?
Not a month, but I would think months.
As a self-made man, relinquishing control may not come naturally to Michael, but he'll have to put himself in Ruth's hands if his business is to recover. Time is running out. As part of her investigation, Ruth plans to stay the night in one of the rooms. Michael leads her upstairs to number 12, a standard double priced at £85 per night.
Here's your room.
Thank you very much. Oh, this is a nice size and it's nice and bright,
Facing
isn't
south.
it? Yeah. No,
Hope
it's
you'll be
very comfortable. All right, thanks,
All right.
Michael.
Good night.
See you later, bye. I think what this room has really got going for it, it doesn't feel like a bog standard chain hotel. It feels comfortable and homely. Well, this is a perfectly functional bathroom. It's white from top to toe. There's a jolly good sized shower. It's not a bathroom to get your heart racing with excitement, but it's absolutely fine. No argument with it.
At £75 a night, every day of the week throughout the year, Ruth wants to see what Michael's single rooms have to offer.
Well, this is demonstrably a single room. I can put my hands out and almost touch the walls, not quite, but not far off. I think this is where Michael's got a problem. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with this room. It's got all the things you need in it. But I think we've got to really look at this rates thing. It's not right. The ratios are completely wrong.
As Ruth heads back to her room, Michael reflects on her suggestion that he tries to win a star rating for the hotel.
If that's the road I've got to go down, I will go down that road. I think if she's going to give you some advice, she certainly would like you to take it.
I'm not sure whether this is going to be a battle or not, but I am very surprised that he is not more open to some of the suggestions I've already come up with. By his own admission, he's only got months to go before he simply runs out of money. And I think it would break his heart if he had to sell this.
Ruth settles down for the night, but will she and Michael see eye to eye in the cold light of day? 66-year-old Michael Bissell runs the Beech House Hotel in Reading, but it's in trouble. Despite over £1 million worth of investment and spending, Beech House is running at a huge loss.
So in the first year we lost 190,000. Second we lost 120,000. The barrel has run dry.
The cavalry's arrived in the shape of expert hotelier Ruth Watson. It's her job to turn the ailing business
The
around.
room's just here. The fire escape is down through there.
She's already concerned by the hotel's lack of rating and its rigid pricing structure.
The point is you've got to get them here, and this is where it's failing. Believe me, the British people are very, very price sensitive.
As part of her inspection, Ruth has spent the night at the hotel. In the kitchen, Michael and his team are preparing breakfast for their guest of honour.
Ready to roll?
We are, sir.
Indeed, good.
Beech House Hotel has a small but loyal workforce, including receptionist Tanya and chef Margaret. Upstairs, it seems the day has started well.
Michael cares about beds, and he's right to. It's very good quality, and the pillows are good, the linen's good. It's very, very nice. Had a good night's sleep. On the whole, I think Michael's biggest problem is he's just not telling people that he's got a very comfortable hotel here.
Lots of people like it, a good English breakfast, and you can see from comments in the book that people like the breakfast, so hopefully we've got that right. But we'll wait for Ruth to tell me.
Oh, I think I'll just do the whole full English breakfast, please.
Yes, please.
I loved your pouched eggs.
Would you like to have one of those?
No, it should be poached. I like the idea of a
Yeah, I
poached
know.
egg.
Right, one full English, right, ready?
Oh, that looks marvellous. This is an extremely generous looking plate. Plenty of things going on, which is nice. Weird sausage. Weird sausage. I think it's a good looking breakfast. Quality of the bacon's good. Most of the ingredients are absolutely fine. Something strange with the sausage, but I don't think one could argue as a general premise that this is a perfectly good breakfast.
Ruth heads to the kitchen to talk to Margaret. On the whole, the breakfast was excellent, but she has a bone to pick about the sausages.
The one thing I didn't like, and this has nothing to do with your cooking,
No.
was the sausage.
I don't get a say in what we buy, you know? He goes out, I have to write down what I need and they pick it up, and I must admit, I don't think the sausages are good, and I never have done. Most people leave them.
Yes. He seems to be sort of sometimes a bit set in his ways about things. You
Very
find that
much.
too?
Well, he is set in his ways, and I mean, sometimes I can tell him things and he won't listen.
Yeah. One of the things that I did suggest to Michael, he's by no means agreed to it, but I just wanted to get your feedback on it, was that when business are in trouble and, you know, the staff are an integral part of it, sometimes the proprietor may say, would it be possible to either reduce your hours a little bit or get you to do some other things with your hours? I mean, would you be prepared to help him out at all?
I would do, yes. Because if it's going to help him, then yes, it's no problem at all.
Yeah.
He's always there for us.
Yeah.
And I feel to my best that I'm there to help him when he needs it as well, really.
Thank you.
Margaret clearly cares about her boss and the future of the hotel. Next, Ruth seeks out receptionist Tanya. She wants to establish how much freedom Michael gives his staff.
Tanya.
Yes.
Say a chap phones up and he wants a single room and you're really, really quiet. Have you got the ability to say, what's your budget? Yes, we can do it for a cheaper rate.
I can do that.
Yeah? Have you got a rate below which you can't go?
Yes.
Yeah?
65
Right.
for single room.
Now, what if I said to you that's still quite high, you're not taking enough business, and if you were to offer £50, but maybe just with continental breakfast rather than cooked breakfast, would you be able to do that?
Well, if Mr. Bissell happy without it,
Yeah.
why not?
Do you think he's more likely to take advice and suggestion or not?
Well, he takes advice, you know.
He listens.
Yeah, he listens.
Yeah.
Not always, of course, but I mean, he listens, yes.
Yeah.
It's time for Ruth to confront Michael with her findings. First on the agenda, his relationship with his employees.
I found it quite intriguing that staff who've worked for you for 3, 4, 5 years, who are clearly fond of you, still call you Mr. Bissell rather than Michael.
Well, I was brought up in that age where I always called my boss Mr. or Mrs. whatever, and it's stuck. And I think you also have that little bit of control. And I think that's what's wrong with society today, that we're too familiar with each other.
The reason I'm saying that is because I think your staff is one of your strongest suits and I don't think you're playing it. It's almost as if you've got to carry the weight of this entire business, this problem that you've got, on your shoulders, and I think they'd be prepared to share it with you.
I'm not convinced of that.
You're wrong, and I'm right. If I said to you that Margaret, she would actually happily give up working some of the hours to help you through, she would do that for you.
Okay. It's interesting.
Next, Ruth wants to talk about the hotel's lack of rating.
When we talked initially, you were very, very against the idea of having a rating. But what I would like to do is I'd like to get somebody in from Visit Britain to come and have a look, because what that will allow us to do is to place you in other arenas and to do things on the webs and all sorts of stuff where you can actually gain extra business. We don't know how many people graze through the websites, look at it and actually dismiss it because it doesn't have that headline 4 stars or whatever.
Finally, Ruth wants to address the rigid pricing. Unusually, Michael has just one rate for each of his rooms, regardless of the day of the week or the time of year.
We have to be far more open, and we've got to be giving a base rate that you won't go below and a top rate you won't go above, but within those parameters, we will take the best offer that people are going to give us on any given day.
Well, I'm not convinced of that. I mean, if you look in a shop window and you see a piece of jewellery and you can't see the price, you don't like going ask for the price, do you?
That's not what I'm suggesting, Michael.
Well, but that's what you're doing. That's the avenue you're going down.
It's not like for like. It's not like for like.
You are. I mean,
no,
I think I'm selling shirts like Marks and Spencer's.
But you're not.
They're $29.99, and that's my price.
You're not.
Now, I can't go in and say I don't like the price of that shirt because down the road they're selling them for 25 quid. They would say, well, tough, mate.
Michael, Marks and Spencer's constantly are offering a different price to their customers. They have sales.
Sorry,
they have
to
seasonal
stop you there,
sales.
they have sales only when it suits them.
Yeah.
They don't have a sale when I go in there to buy the shirt and say, please can I have that shirt for £25?
You have your own sale,
No, but I'm not in the sale market. I'm not selling bloody shirts.
You are selling a room.
I'm selling quality.
Michael, are you going to listen to me? I listened to you. I listened to the whole thing you said. Listen to me. Marks and Spencers do not sell shit shirts, they sell quality shirts, right? They vary the prices according to season, according to fashion, according to what people will pay. They amend their product to the market. And all I'm asking you to do, be aware that there are certain price points that people will pay at different times of the year, at different times of the week, and according to their budget. But what I want you to be doing is presenting a shop window out there on the web that says, I can negotiate, I will negotiate. Don't go past my window because you think you can't afford me. Come in and see what I have to offer. The main thing is I want you to be inviting people into your shop to see that you've got more than one shirt at £29, because you have. Michael cares deeply about this hotel, and well, he might. It's got a really comfortable feel about it. It's an honest, decent hotel that would make most people feel very happy. We have to look at his rates. They are not flexible enough, and he is losing so much by sticking to his guns on subjects that he really has to move from. I've left him a lot to ponder on.
She knows her mind and she knows her business. There were one or two things which I really didn't agree with. So perhaps today I've sort of shown I got claws as well. I suppose I do resist change. To change some of my attitudes, you know, will be quite a difficult thing for me to do.
Despite his resistance, Ruth has asked Michael to implement a 3-point plan to get Beech House back on its feet. First, she wants him to get a rating for the hotel, a recognised sign of quality and an essential tool for marketing. Ruth also thinks the hotel's staff are something of a wasted resource. She wants Michael to have greater faith in them and let them help out more. Most importantly, Ruth wants Michael to have a more flexible approach to pricing.
We used to do a lot of business with them.
Lowering his rates when the hotel's empty and using online booking agencies to tap into the business market. A few days later, Michael's gathered his staff together. As part of Ruth's plan to involve them more in the business, they've been invited to take part in a taste test. Ruth didn't like Michael's choice of breakfast sausage, so the hunt is on for a replacement.
Ruth felt that the sausages were probably needing to be just a slightly higher grade than they were. Right, what you've got to do then, folks, is you've got to take a slice of sausage, and then when you've eaten it, you've then got to make your choice as to whether it's a 1 or a 2.
So 1 is a favourite.
No, I know, isn't it? 1 is your favourite, 2 is your second. The warehouse sausages that we normally buy, I think there was only 1 voted for that. I did. So it looked as though the sausage that's won is the pork and leek sausage.
Yeah.
The staff has seemingly made their decision, and as I'm the boss, I suppose I have to listen to what they've got to say. So we'll go down that road for a while and see how we get on.
Ruth has also recommended that Michael apply for a rating from Visit Britain, but so far he's resisted. There's a strong chance that Beech House could no longer be called a hotel as it doesn't have the required facilities. But Michael has never revealed why he's so keen to keep his hotel status.
The difficulty is with this, and I'm really not a very happy person about it and felt very sort of gutted, and that is that the word hotel would have to go and we would become a guest house.
It seems Michael's problem with the title guest accommodation stems from a fear of attracting the wrong kind of customer.
I think if we went down the road of guest house, we would end up with possibly the white van trade.
Do you want just business type people, or don't you want other type of people in?
The non-professional person, they come in late, they're noisy, they're disruptive to other residents, and I don't think that is the type of trade I particularly want to handle.
But the trouble is, you're not actually getting enough people in, are you?
I think I would be upset if I lost the title. It's going to be a bitter pill to swallow, to say the least.
Despite his deep-seated reluctance, the application form is sent. The assessment, which can happen at any time, is made by an undercover inspector who tests out the facilities before spending the night and taking breakfast. The inspector's identity is a closely guarded secret, hidden from Michael and the staff throughout his stay. Only after he's checked out will he reveal to them just who he is. But to Michael's surprise, the day of judgment for Beech House Hotel arrives sooner than he expected.
Yes, I'm from Quality and Tourism. Here on behalf of Visit Britain to do your assessment for the STAR scheme.
OK.
Before the inspector reveals his findings, he must tour all the rooms of the hotel with Michael. They'll be assessed on the quality of the decor and fixtures.
Well, I don't think that Michael will be very nervous to show you around because he's very proud of what he's done.
The inspector will also pass judgment on the cleanliness, hospitality, service and breakfast provided.
I don't really know what star rating we're going to get, really. I wouldn't like to say.
I think our hotel could get 3-star.
Ruth arrives in time to hear the inspector reveal his verdict. It's the moment of truth for Michael.
Michael, just to say thank you very much for a very comfortable stay, as we normally do as a guest. One of the questions I asked you is, where do you see yourself sitting in terms of your rating? And I know you were concerned about opting out of the hotel standard. I've looked at both standards for you. I have to say, within the hotel standard, one of the key requirements for you is to provide dinner, which obviously doesn't happen. That negates you from the hotel standard completely.
As the centre of Reading, with all its bars and restaurants, is just a stone's throw away, it wouldn't make financial sense for Michael to offer dinner to guests. But this means Beech House can't be graded as a hotel.
In terms of the guest accommodation rating, which is more about the quality of the product, the overall standard is coming out at a very high 4-star.
Are you not pleased with the idea of 4 stars? Music to your ears or
No.
just a little lullaby?
No, it's not music to my ears at all. I'm in an area where guest houses are the pits. You wouldn't want to put your dog in some of them.
But then they won't have 4-star ratings if they're
Well,
the pits.
once you use the word guest house, it just...
But you don't need to. What you choose to call your place, whether it's just the Beech's House or whether it's Beech House Lodge, anything is fine. You just mustn't use the word hotel.
OK.
Michael may not be thrilled by the inspector's decision, but to be awarded 4 stars on his first inspection is a great achievement. It's a real recognition of quality and provides Michael with an opportunity to remarket the business.
My feelings are not very good about that at the moment, but I'm getting used to it. And I can understand where they're coming from. But at least I don't have to call myself a guest house.
Michael Bissell has been running the Beech House Hotel in Reading for the past 4 years. Far from making a profit, he's lost tens of thousands since the hotel first opened. The situation is so desperate, Michael's been forced to swallow his pride and call for help. Expert hotelier Ruth Watson is trying to rescue the hotel from the brink of insolvency. Her first step was to get Beech House an official rating. This mark of quality is vital for the corporate market the hotel trades in. But to get the best rating, Michael's had to sacrifice the word hotel and be graded as a guest house.
The overall standard is coming out at a very high 4-star.
Are you not pleased with the idea of 4 stars?
No, it's not music to my ears at all.
2 months since asking for help, Michael seems to be adjusting to the situation.
We've got to give it a try. We need to get more people in the hotel. We're desperate.
Ruth wants to map the way forward. She's keen for Michael to capitalise on his new 4-star rating and use it to create some excitement. When the hotel first opened, it was with a whimper rather than a bang. Now he has something to shout about.
These words here, executive accommodation, I want to build on those if you are agreeable.
Yes.
Yep. It also helps us when we remarket this place because I think we're in a new life now.
Sure.
So we'd like to organise a relaunch party. And I think if we can get Tanya really working hard on the database, so we've got some good blue chip companies, there's loads of accountancy firms around here, anywhere particularly also where women executives are involved, because I do think this really lends itself. There is a very safe, secure feel about it. Now, what do you think about all that? Sounds good?
Holding a relaunch party that promotes Beech House as a female-friendly hotel could garner good publicity and help it stand out in the market. But Michael hasn't been won over just yet.
I think some of the ideas that have been put forward suddenly the sort of shiver goes down my back and I think, I'm not doing that. Ruth is suggesting to me that we should have a party to relaunch Beech House. We're desperate. And last week, we had, I think it was 16 people in total. I can't go on like that.
With Beech House teetering on the verge of bankruptcy, time is of the essence. So Ruth sets the date for the relaunch party in just 3 weeks. And there's a great deal of work still to be done if the new-look Beech House is to impress. It's a good opportunity for Michael to give his promotional material an overhaul. At present, his website and brochures feature rather dated pictures. Ruth has arranged for Charlotte, a photographer, to take some new shots for an invitation to be sent out to party guests.
It just needs livening up a bit.
Get rid of that car.
It's changed. That's my car.
And a very nice car it is too.
Ruth has asked Charlotte to update the Beech House brand and make the most of its appeal as female-friendly accommodation. As proprietor, Michael has his own part to play.
I don't want her to take too many photographs of me. That is not what I want.
Just a hint of a smile. That's good.
Oh, look at the face. No, thank you. Enough to make you smile.
Fortunately, Michael is just a supporting player in the new campaign. Ruth has suggested using female models where possible, and the job of casting director has fallen to Michael.
Tell me a bit about yourself. You've obviously done a bit of modelling.
Various bits and pieces, mostly magazine.
I used to work on the radio and did a few photo shoots for the radio.
The last theatre touring job I had was playing Car the Snake in the Jungle Book.
I have done a couple of game shows.
I did a television programme once where I had to vomit on television, which was really glamorous. Don't worry, I was faking. I love it.
Michael has selected 2 of the girls to portray successful businesswomen in various guises around the house.
So if you can bring Mary in and just show her the features of the room, show her the bathroom, maybe some tea-making facilities.
Right, so you've got tea-making facilities there.
Okay.
Shower room is just round there.
The pictures will be used for the invitation to the party and to refresh Michael's website and brochures.
In here, we should do something a bit more casual. Have Sam in a bathrobe, some breakfast, reading the paper. OK, flicking the pages. That's it.
Hello?
And that's it, good.
No.
Lovely. OK, that's great. Thank you.
It looks very positive, so I think the whole thing's coming together, and perhaps by the end of the day she'll have got a good collection of photographs.
Michael's next task in a frantic schedule to sit down with Tanya, the receptionist, and work out ideas for the relaunch party.
What do you think about decorating garden? Some lighting?
What, putting
fireworks? Small fireworks, why not?
I might be in trouble with the neighbours.
Or maybe we can invite some chocolate fountain people. It's a small...
Chocolate fountain.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Outside, the signage is changing. The word hotel is now confined to history, to be replaced by 4 proud stars. Michael starts to measure up for the new signs to be put up before the relaunch. But despite all the activity, he is still sceptical.
It's Michael Bissell. The party's less than a month away. I find it difficult to see how it's all going to fall into place. But if it brings in people into my rooms, then of course that's what the whole exercise has been about.
Beech House may be in transition, but its fortunes are still in limbo. There's real pressure for the relaunch to be a success.
I'm sure that if the accountants sat down and looked at it, they would tell me to close the door now. It's just wait and see, really. But I sadly haven't got that much longer to wait because it is coming to the end of the road.
With the stakes so high, the strain is all too clear to see. A few weeks later, the big day has finally arrived. Invitations have gone out to all of the surrounding blue-chip companies, conference centres and travel bookers. Up to 150 people are expected to descend upon the newly named Beech House. It's imperative that Michael and his team impress. Finishing touches are being applied to ensure Beech House is looking its best for the roster of eminent guests. But one of Ruth's key issues has been left untouched. There's a stalemate on pricing.
Well, the pricing structure really hasn't altered, to be very honest. I think we honestly do not get very many people who say, you're far too expensive. I think it's just one or two people.
Another more immediate problem is rearing its ugly head. The new signs have arrived and they're the wrong size.
Unfortunately, some measurements got misrepresented. Instead of it being portrait, it's landscape, and so they're not quite the size of the board they should be. So I think we're going to do a fairly reasonable job in fitting them onto the old panels, but we'll probably get over it somehow or another. But it's very frustrating, to say the least.
Michael was very upset in the morning about the sign, the wrong size of the sign.
I am not a happy bunny.
Atmosphere is very stressful today.
With Michael and maintenance man Mick furiously trying to improvise, out front Ruth has arrived. After checking the website, she's unhappy about the lack of movement on pricing.
Oh, hello, Tanya. Hi. I was looking for Michael, but you will do very well because I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I was a bit dismayed when I looked at the website to see that it still's got the same homepage and it still says £85 to £120.
Yes.
One of the things that is really letting down the profitability of this place is the fact that you're effectively only trading Tuesday, Wednesday nights. The rest of the week is, you might as well shut the doors. And that's what I've been trying very hard to get Michael to see, that he needs to get the prices into the competitive level, because at the moment I see that as a big barrier. Late rooms and Expedia and Active Hotels and all those booking agencies, have they got the reduced rates to play with, or?
So I've contact with all these agencies,
Yeah.
and the last thing that Michael has to sign the paper with them.
But he hasn't.
Not yet.
No. How long's that been going on for? Because I feel as if I haven't got very far in the last few months.
Well, I've done everything which is on my side.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting, and I try to ask him to do these things.
Have you been nagging him?
It's very difficult to push somebody who is the manager, and I'm not in a position to do that.
No, I understand that. I mean, do you worry about your job? Do the other people here worry about whether they're going to have a job at the end of the year?
Yes, of course, we all worried about it. We could be out of the job at the end of the year, or maybe earlier than that.
The pricing structure's the last thing on Michael's mind. The signs are not good.
Michael, what are you up to?
Well, unfortunately, we had a disastrous with the size of the boards. When we got them this morning at 10 o'clock, we discovered they were the wrong size.
Gosh, very big executive accommodation. Yeah. Good to get your 4 stars, though. That's nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you ambivalent about it?
I don't know, Ruth. I don't know.
I think the expression "pride comes before a fall" could have been invented for Michael, because it's like he's got just tunneled vision, like, I've got to do it the way I've got to do it. I'm really disappointed that he made a face about the idea of having 4 stars. I would have thought he'd be really excited that for once he's going to have something up there that says this place is of some degree of quality. And I just find it so frustrating, because I don't really know what he wants from me. I don't know why he asked me to come in. He's not listening to anything I say. He doesn't want to do anything I suggest, even though he's got absolutely nothing to lose. It's just indicative of his whole mindset, which is, unless I do it myself, it's not going to happen and it's got no value.
But when the first sign goes up, the mood lifts.
So now it's up. Are you relatively happy?
No, that one's up. Got the other one to go up yet.
Right, okay, all right. Well, it's a step.
It's a step forward. Yeah.
The panic over the sign may be temporarily resolved, but Ruth wants to take the opportunity to confront Michael about his failure to budge on pricing.
When I checked your website this morning, the homepage still says the prices per room are from 85 to 120. You actually haven't moved on the price at all. You've maintained your £95 per night.
I have at the moment, yes.
Yeah. I don't know quite what I have to say to get you to understand this. Where you sit with the rest of the market, how flexible you are, how much you react to the occupation of your rooms is vital, because the fact of the matter is you are losing lots and lots and lots of money. 113,000 was it last year? Now, unless you actually change the way you trade, it's going to happen all over again this year, because the only way you're going to get more people in is by actually offering them what they want. Every international, national trading company, whether they're selling food, shirts, holidays, cars, it doesn't matter, have to react to their market.
And they keep putting the price of their shirts up and down.
Of course they do.
No, I don't accept that, Ruth. I'm sorry, I don't accept that.
Of course they do. They have sales and they have price.
They have sales once, twice or three times a year.
Within,
come on, that's not realistic.
No, listen.
Be realistic. I cannot change my prices on a weekly basis. That's absolute
Michael,
nonsense.
can I just tell you here and now?
That is nonsense.
Can I just tell you one thing here and now? You're going to go bust.
Well,
you're going to go bust because you're so intransigent about this. We have
rubbish.
We have 30.
I'm not intransigent.
You are absolutely.
Stop. I'm sorry. That is
Michael,
nonsense.
we have 30
talk to me with sense. Talk to me with sense, but don't talk to me like that. I am not
Talk to you
here.
with sense. I'm trying to talk to you for sense for 3 months. You won't listen to me.
Ruth, I am not stupid. I have been listening. Don't talk rubbish.
Why are we full? Why is my hotel in the middle of nowhere full? Because we have 100 different prices for different times of the year.
Not every day.
Yes, every day. I will show you our tariff. I will show you our website.
Every day you change your prices?
Yes, if necessary, we do. You have to be flexible,
are you telling me
Michael.
all these hotels in this town?
Yes,
but
I'm
they
telling
don't,
you that.
Ruth.
They
That's
do.
an absolute
They
load
do.
of bunkum.
They do.
I can honestly say that is not true. It is a load of lies.
A clearly angry Michael retreats to the safety of his arbour.
I can say this till I'm blue in the face and you cannot listen to me till you're red in the ears. The fact of the matter is you are in an incredibly price-sensitive market in Reading. If you have assured the general public via your 4 stars that you're running a decent establishment, you will get business, but you will never get business unless the price is right. Your business will not move 1 iota, you will not trade better, you will not have bigger turnover, you will not have more profitability unless you actually start really working on the pricing. I'll leave you to think, Michael. Pissing in the wind, I think it's called. It's so depressing. This man is not evil, he's not malicious, he's not horrible. He is obdurate, he's intransigent, he seems completely unable to understand that this is a business.
Well, I mean, it's all right making comments like this, but, you know, sometimes you need the backup, and the backup is not always there. You know, I don't run a big organisation like these big companies.
I honestly don't know why he's asked me to come here, because he really doesn't want to hear a single thing I have to say.
For the last 3 months, Ruth Watson has been trying to save Beech House from imminent bankruptcy. But its owner, Michael Bissell, cherry-picked from Ruth's recommendations, ignoring a key part of her rescue package, price flexibility.
I will show you our tariff. I will show you our website.
Every day you change your prices?
Yes, if necessary, we do.
But with a party being held to relaunch Beech House in just a matter of hours, Ruth wants to put their disagreement to one side and move forward with preparations.
Michael, it's looking good. Right, I don't want to have rows and I don't want to shout at you, and it's only my deep frustration because I really would like you to do well, right? And I know that if you even did a modicum of what I was saying, you would do well. But this party, right, let's go into it with joy, yes? Because I'm hoping it's going to be a great success.
It will be.
Yes, good.
It seems that for the time being, Ruth's olive branch has been accepted. Attention now needs to switch to arrangements for the evening's relaunch party, only a short time away.
It'll all come together by 7 o'clock. What will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.
Soon the first wave of guests arrived. The invitations were sent out to blue-chip companies throughout the region, as well as local press and VIPs. If the 4-star Beech House can make a good impression, it could transform Michael's business and his life. To the delicate sound of the harp, the party begins, and guests start to flood in, spilling out of the house into the manicured gardens. Michael is working hard to impress the crowd.
How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, hello, Michael Bissell. Hello.
He's aided by Ruth, who's selling Beech House with equal passion.
So this might go on your list.
It's almost a rural idyll.
Most importantly, there is just this very intangible feeling that you're in a private house rather than in a, sort of a box of a hotel.
Out front, the car park is overflowing for the first time, and every corner of the house and garden is bustling with people. As dusk draws in, Michael takes to the stage.
Because I'm a bit of a short house. But anyway, thank you very much for coming. We're going to have a few fireworks. I don't know what my neighbours are going to say about that. There's plenty of food in there. There's a lovely chocolate fountain, and there's a superb harpist. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Now everything rests on the guests. Has Michael done enough to turn his fortunes round?
It's very inviting, so yeah, I definitely recommend it.
It's not one of those soulless, multinational, horrid places. It's very friendly looking, it's beautiful, it's got this lovely garden. That's reason enough. For the life of me, I do not understand how this place is not full every night, because the word of mouth should be so good. It's a really lovely hotel.
After the fireworks of the afternoon, the real thing seems almost tame.
Everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, which is this place should be successful. I think it's true to say that if Michael does exactly the same as he's doing now, but just tells a lot more people about it and gives them some room rates that they can afford and which are competitive, this can be massively successful. It could be full every night.
That's the dining room gone.
The morning after the fireworks, both Beech House and its owner are coming back down to earth.
Well, I thought the party was brilliant last evening. There was lots of new people here who I think are very interested in the hotel, want to come back and have a look at it in a bit more detail. Liked very much what they saw.
Yesterday, Ruth and Michael had a blazing row about his pricing. This morning, she plans a new tack.
I just want to ask you a question to see if we're, singing from the same hymn sheet. If you were to go and book a hotel, would you expect to pay more in July than if you were to go and book a holiday in the south of France in January?
Yes.
Why would you expect to pay more?
Because it's the height of the season.
So what we've established there is that you understand about market forces.
Sure.
Supply and demand.
Sure.
Yeah. You are absolutely at the mercy of those market forces. Supply and demand is what it's all about for your hotel. If you continue to not do anything on the pricing, all that's going to happen, Michael, is that you're going to make another considerable loss this year. You're already facing that, aren't you?
Sure. 70 to 80,000.
And you can't afford to make those losses?
Not again, no.
What I'm proposing is that for a period of 1 or 2 months, to make sure that every single one of the online booking agencies actually offers a minimum price of £60 per night, and that just for 1 month, you run with that completely, wholeheartedly, absolutely with no reservations. Would you do that?
Yes, I do that.
You'll do that?
Yes, I'll do that.
Just to put you on your mettle, I'm going to be checking. And if I see that you're full, then wonderful. But if I see that you're empty and you're still asking for £95 a night for Sunday night, I will wonder why I bothered, Michael. They say all good things come to those who wait, and I've waited a long time to hear Michael agreeing with me that actually he does have to have more competitive rates in order for this hotel to prosper. We've got the 4-star rating, and that's all to the good. But at the end of the day, Michael has got to realise this is a business. It's a fine family house and it has a lovely homely atmosphere, but it is a business.
But is Ruth's optimism premature?
We'll go down that road, yes, and try, but I just got this feeling we're not comparing like for like.